Hey y'all, Ham here. How's everybody doing this holiday season? I got more dental work done today. Wasn't as bad as the last time for whatever reason. I was able to stay numb, but I was really hungry, so I started eating a frozen pizza and like literally, I'm not gonna show you, but like bit through my lip basically because my face is still numb. So yeah, today was just like one of those days. Anyway, today I wanted to make a video and I'll probably touch upon this again. So I didn't even like check myself out before I started this. Hello, looking good, hands looking good. What was I gonna say? Doing good on my weight loss journey. I'm sprouting broccoli sprouts. That's gonna be my next video. I'm gonna talk about that. Maybe I'll do like a little bit of a tutorial on how to do it. Give you guys some advice about it because it's super healthy. Probably the most healthy thing you can eat. Cruciferous vegetable. I'll get all the information and I'll explain it to you in another video. Really good stuff. So super healthy. That'll be on physical health. Today's video is on more of like a mental health topic. So I just wanted to talk about, and I kind of brought this up in my video about the catering. I'm working in the restaurant industry, but just in general, male and female, talking about being sexually harassed. And what does that mean? How do you treat someone that way and not even realize it? How do you respond to something like that? Now, I've been in many situations where, you just let things roll off your shoulder because some people are just a lot more immature than you. And sometimes it's not that they mean it, they just don't realize it's inappropriate. Sometimes people are clearly know what they're doing and absolutely know it's inappropriate and just don't care. So like when I was younger, I used to work at a beer distributor. They had lotto machines, so think about the kind of people coming into that kind of environment. I worked in catering, I've done bartending, I was a waitress, like a catering waitress, around a lot of inebriated people in my career. I've also worked at other places as well, like I've worked at homeless shelters, just like various, I worked with kids, like I've worked in so many different fields, like just kind of here and there. But just in general, even with friendships and things like that. So the term no means no, right? Some people don't actually understand what that means. So let's just say, for example, I said to a male that I was talking to, maybe not necessarily dating, I don't know, I'm just making up an example in my head. If I said, listen, I don't really want a relationship, I don't want a sexual relationship, if I was being blunt about it and not like giving mixed signals, which guys, like, just listen to the words. If girls giving mixed signals, like, she's probably just shy and scared of you. If she says no and like, no, like she means no. Because if she's like, no, instinctually she knows she can't physically fight you off or take you. So to anger somebody who could potentially physically lash out, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what her experiences were. Men too. I'm just saying, like, I'm a female, so I'm just using females as an example this, for the most part. Let's just say I was like, I don't really feel that way or whatever. And let's just say a couple days go by and you guys go out on a date, or you go out, do something. And you've already spoke your mind and told this person, like, no, I don't want anything physical. And now at the end of this date, this person tries to lean in for a kiss. You literally disregarded everything that person had said. Regardless if you think there was like a window of opportunity or maybe they wanted it or whatever, like, I'm allowed to smile at you and be nice, especially if we're friends. And you need to not take advantage of that situation. You need to focus and pay attention, or then you should not be friends with that person, or you should not be hanging out with that person, or you should break off that relationship. And let's just say she ends up kissing you. That's not a mixed signal. That's you forcing your will probably on someone. Because if you're already friends, that person might like feel bad. Like, you don't know, like it's weird. Like, men, you don't understand. Like, gay men probably understand because they have other men like energy hitting on them. But like, y'all are intimidating. Girls don't know how to handle that. So this is just speaking in a scenario where like you're friendly with somebody. If the words that were chosen and used that said, "No, I don't want that," and you continue to force the situation or just keep trying and try, it's not going to end well. You're going to eventually like burn out, and then like you won't keep that relationship. But if your goal is to just have sex, excuse me, and not really be in a relationship with that person, well, then you're just being like gross. Like, who does that? How do you feel good about yourself? Go masturbate. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That's not that girl's problem or that guy's problem. Let's just say you're out at a bar. You don't know the person and you're hitting on a female. Being intoxicated definitely doesn't help, but if you know that you can't handle yourself, why the F are you at a bar drunk without your friends to like hold you back? And a girl's just like, no, I don't want, and you keep forcing your will on them. You're harassing that person. What if someone did that to you? What if a salesman came up to you to try to sell you a car? You're like at a restaurant eating with your girlfriend or your wife. And a salesman's like, "Hey, I got this nice car outside. You want to see it?" And you're like, "No, I'm good. Like, I'm eating dinner." But no, it's like really, I could tell you like cars. Like, don't you want to come see? You would go nuts and you'd be so angry and you'd be like so uncomfortable and you would feel like taken advantage of. Like, I'm telling you no. It's the same thing. Okay, so yeah, that example's perfect. Anytime you're in a situation where someone's trying to sell you something and they won't stop and you're clearly trying to get away and you're like, "Yeah, I'm good." Same thing. You know what I mean? I think just as a society, we need to be aware. I think women need to be more direct, unfortunately, because men see things in a simpler way. Like, they don't pick things up as easily as women do as far as like signals and things like that. But men, there's a way to try and not force. And that's the other thing I always say, like, we need to raise our boys better. Like be on top of it. If you have a boy, that is such a responsibility. Like, if you're a mom or a dad and you have boys, don't just push them. Don't think like, "Oh, I have to raise my girls more and like teach them about the World War." No, you need to raise your men like gentlemen. This is something I heard the other day. Boys either build or destroy. Create someone who's building, not a destroyer. It's just the nature of it. Men have a lot of energy. It's like they're very like focused and kind of one track, and not to say that they're not calling anybody stupid. That's the furthest thing from what I'm saying. It's just they operate differently than females do. Females are very detail oriented. They could see these things. Men are very focused, and for a reason, survival reasons, whatever, just animalistic instincts. So, I've learned myself to be more direct and not mean. I mean, if you have to get mean, who cares? But, not who cares, but, if it comes down to that, like, you do what makes you feel safe. But if you are clear and direct with your words, then maybe don't go on a date with that person. Because to a guy, that might make them think like, "Oh, she changed her mind and I can keep trying." Okay, because unfortunately you're not on the same page. Because as a female, you're thinking maybe like, "Oh, I told him, he gets it, we could just go and be chill and everything's fine." The guy might be thinking, "Oh, she changed her mind, I have another chance. I better really try this time because this might be my last chance." So it's just that we all think differently. So I think, unfortunately, females need to take more responsibility when it comes to, I mean, I know this is controversial, but more responsibility when it comes to being direct, learning how to think like a guy and talk like a guy and act. Men need to hear it once and get it. I'm speaking to you guys. If someone says something, even if they say like, if someone's like wincing away from you, that doesn't mean they want you to keep going. Okay? Like I said, every job I've had, like at a restaurant, like bars, like people grab your hips, like they say what they want to say to you. Like, yeah, we all have like funny sense of humor. Some people have dirty sense of humors, and they don't care. But like, what you're doing is you're like breaking those boundaries. And if you don't know the person well enough, they could really cross the line one day, you know? It's unfortunate and it sucks. And I'm going to make another video about this because I want to say more. I get like passionate about this kind of stuff, so I kind of like go off. But at the end of the day, the world operates the way the world operates. We're not going to change men overnight. Women aren't going to change overnight. So what do? We work with what we got. The same thing what I say to myself in jiu-jitsu. I'm always stuck on my back. I'm not as physically strong as some of the 98% of the people in my gym. It's mostly men. At least in my upper body. I always get knocked down onto my back. So what do? I learn to work from my back. I learn to be defensive from my back. I learn to be offensive from my back, because that's where I'm always stuck. Instead of trying to figure something else out, like where are you at? Meet yourself there. So as a society, men are, unless we just start now with the kindergartners, with changing the way we raise our boys, which I see like, parents, you're too blasé. My generation, you're too easy. Like, be more discipline oriented. Don't worry about your kid crying. Like, you're creating a monster. You're creating a crybaby. You're creating like a whiny brat. Especially with boys, like, don't give in so easily to things. And I know boys and girls, like, they deal with their emotions differently, especially when they're little. But as a parent, talk to them. Explain. I explain everything to my kid. Everything. Thoroughly. They're so little, who cares? It gets harder when they get older. Teaching your 12-year-old about puberty is more uncomfortable than teaching your 5-year-old. It just becomes a part of life, Kids, as they get towards puberty, yes, their sexuality is coming out. They're feeling their hormonal. That's why they want to be noticed. They're coming into themselves. So like, they want to dress sexy. They want to show off. Boys want to show off. Girls want to be noticed. That's all going to happen no matter what you say. So if you direct them in the right way and give them positive attention, so they're not seeking it elsewhere. Teaching your boys to, like, if you have 2 boys and a daughter and a girl, like you have 2 sons and a daughter, if they're not treating your daughter right, you better hypothetically grab that kid by their ear and lay down the law. Lay it on down. Teach your men to be gentlemen. Teach your women to be ladies. And that doesn't mean prim and proper at all times. That means respect. It'll translate to their future. And this video is too long, so now I have to edit it. Okay. So this video is too long. I gotta cut it off. I love you guys. I'll make another one. Meh. Bye. Remember, just be respectful. That's all. It starts with respect. It starts with the way you raise your kids. Don't let them go into the world thinking they can treat people however they want. And then that'll translate to a brighter tomorrow. Love you. Look great. Bye.